Hello, this is Jarrett playing Timberborn. So this is going to be a hard mode attempt. This is my second. Did not do well last time. A little bit nervous, but more experience, so here we go. So my main strategy is to take advantage of this future man-made lake, or should I say beaver-made lake. The idea is when a drought occurs, I can actually turn this to a lake such that the area around it is no longer in the drought mode, so we'll see. So the idea is I still want to have the actual pump uh, put stuff into barrels outside of that lake. Alright, I have some farming, growing carrots that will allow me to grow year round. I'm making a high priority to get some water stored because I'm expecting a drought very soon because I'm in hard mode, but the lake should persist. I've actually experimented with putting a pump inside the lake when it was in a drought mode, when it was closed, and it drains it pretty quickly. That's why I have the pumps outside of that lake. So this is the big moment here. I am blocking off with a little bit of landscaping, so putting in a dam at this location, and this is going to block the water inside that lake area, or will become a lake when this is created with the dam. And that's going to trap the water there and allow it to irrigate the land around it. It will slowly drain because I've done this and I've left it like this in an experiment before, and the water does evaporate or go into the land or something like that, but I'll have to keep opening and closing it again as time goes on. But let's see for the first run of this playthrough. So timing is everything. You want to do this when you have enough time for the this little block to be built. So when there's at least 1.5 days or more, that's a good time. As long as you have as a high priority to build this dam block, then you should be able to create that before the drought takes effect. So we're watching the river dry up. All the water from the river is gone, but I've created a lake that's going to persist even after all the water from the lake or from the river is gone. So I can grow carrots all year round. I can even grow blueberries and pine trees eventually. And I've got a good storage of water. So just for a good measure, I'm putting in a second farm, but I also have a storage place to put all the excess carrots that I'm going to get, as well as other things that I produce. But I've got a good amount of food that I can continue to grow and a good supply of water to last through the drought. Alright, I can see I've started a few housing developments, and that's going to give, plus the science building, so I'll be able to advance. So the first drought is over, no issues with food because I was actually able to continue to grow food and produce food during the drought. Unlike how I was playing before. Water, a different story. I was continuing to lose water. That was expected. That's why I had built so much water storage. I'm going to destroy this block here because I want to fill up with fresh water because that will evaporate as time goes on. So I really want to make sure I keep that lake fresh and topped up when water comes in. I also want to make sure that the pumps are turned back on so that all my water containers are filled back up, because it won't be long before the next drought is around the corner. This is hard mode, so I can see here I'm going to destroy this. Nope, hit yes. So that's going to push in new water, and now I love to immediately build it, lock it in right now, but it's not going to work that way, at least with the technology that I have at the moment, because it's going to take a while for those beavers to get logs there and then construct it. So there it is, it drops back down, which is too bad. Not the end of the world. I'm in a situation where I've topped up my water, and that's it'll last through the next drought. So that's my strategy, just living off of this little lake in hard mode. I think this will be what changes my my outcome. We'll see how it goes. So this is the second drought. The dam is created, so by the time the river dries up a second time, I'm not too worried because I have my lake in existence and it worked pretty well last time, and I'm expecting it to pretty much do the same thing. So yeah, my lake is filled up with water. Lots of stuff is growing around it. I'm towards the end of this and low on water, but surviving so far. All right, so we passed the second drought, and a big concern of mine is water. But I'm also considering building more planks so that I can advance in this game. I'm thinking if I don't do that, I may have larger problems. So, not quite sure what to prioritize, but I'll experiment. Just realized that the forestry hut earlier was requiring planks to be built. So, very important that you produce planks because forestry is the only way to really produce more logs, and I'm quite low right now. We've entered another drought, lots of water, so I'm thinking I'll be a little bit healthier that way. And food can grow in the lake. I even have something to measure the height of that lake, so I know if it needs to be topped up or not. I'm figuring, why don't I plant some potatoes and build a grill to be able to turn potatoes into grilled potatoes. So that's just going to up the food quality, and I've got an excess amount of food, so I'm thinking it should be safe to be able to do this at this point, improving the quality a little bit. Also digging out a spot to build more trees on the left side of the lake. So my lake has dried up. It is only less than a day till the drought is over, so not terribly concerned. But the droughts are supposed to get longer and longer, so well, if I improve food, I might as well improve recreation life for the beavers. There's a campfire for them to enjoy in the evening. Okay, things are falling apart on me. I did not, perhaps I should not have planted maple trees, or I probably built the forestry hut far too late. I was not able to finish the dam because of a lack of logs, and as a result, I have no lake. So, we're almost at the end of a drought, and we're actually doing pretty good with water and food, but the logs obviously trees aren't growing, so I can't really build anything. It's at this point I'm considering going back and starting over again and just making a higher priority on building that forestry hut, just so that I can produce more logs to do stuff, because this last drought was quite boring because I haven't been able to watch the beavers build anything because they need logs for that. But the river is running now. It's making its way towards the settlement that's going to fill the lake. I can't close it at the moment because I don't have enough logs. If I don't get that closed by the next drought, I'm thinking it might be over. So I'm going to keep experimenting because I want to learn a little bit more before I start a new game. Here I'm just checking the ages of some trees. I'm realizing the drought is 3 days away. The trees that I'm growing are not nearly enough. I'm not going to close that lake again. I have the feeling like I'm on a sinking ship. The food is out. A good supply of water. I've done very well with water. There is a little bit more than 2 days until a drought, though. And no wood, which means, well, I can't build this dam, but a couple trees have popped up. There's a small chance maybe this dam will be created. The beavers have enough time to build it. There's 2 days, but I don't know if they're going to get enough wood. And they're hungry. They're hungry because that lake was not closed off and not an actual lake during the drought, so I wasn't growing anything for a while. So yeah, this whole problem stems from the fact that I did not have enough trees planted early enough to be able to recreate this dam. So I think I'm on the right strategy. I just need to plant more trees for one thing. I think there's other pieces too. So I wasn't expecting this. The drought is about to start, and I've closed the lake. I didn't think I was going to do it. The beavers built it just in time. You can see some potatoes growing in here, so I'm going to be able to grow food. Now that's essential. If that did not happen, it was game over for me. I end the game if a single beaver dies from either starving or thirst. But yeah, they're still low in food, but they should slowly catch up. So the beavers are quite hungry. They built a second place to convert potatoes to grilled potatoes. I don't think they're gonna die because every day I seem to produce just enough food. In fact, just a little bit more than they need. But I'm just watching closely because if a single one of them dies, I'm gonna end the game. It just occurred to me that the grill takes logs to burn. I guess it's not magic, and I'm low on that, so I turn those off. I'm going to rely on just some carrots. So the lake has dried up. Fortunately, I'm in a much better position now, almost 400 units. Oh, there it is, 400 units plus of food. So I think we're going to be okay because there's 2.5 days left, and I should be able to rely on that and a little bit of water that I have and continue on learning this game. So I've made it to the end of the drought. The river is back. I'm completely out of water. Food is doing exceptionally well. But yeah, thank goodness I have my water back for now. I've just learned something huge. Beavers can swim. I guess the secret is building stairs down to the water. Yeah, it makes sense. I knew actual beavers swam, but I was wondering why they didn't in this game. It's because they need to access the water via steps. And I'm experimenting with a dam. So I closed the lake off again, just in case I don't finish the construction of that dam. So this is what I should have been concentrating on. I don't know if I'm going to get it at the end of this drought or not. It is literally, we're actually in drought mode right now. So if one of those beavers could finish that last block there, I will have an actual dam created that might stop the river. That is the assumption I have. That might do it for, yeah, it does. Okay. That is a huge thing to learn. I'm definitely going to go back and start the strategy from that, then continue. But yeah, okay, cool. I'm learning quite a bit here.